Hello everyone, welcome back to the Shine Guide. Next up in the series, we'll be taking a look at Uncork the Waterfall here on Noki Bay. Welcome to course number 6. This is Noki Bay. This is one of my favorite stages in Super Mario Sunshine. Interestingly enough, there seems to be quite a few people who don't care much for this stage, and they seem to say that it's because the stage was rushed later on in the development of Super Mario Sunshine, and that is true. It seems to be well documented that there was quite a time crunch in the later stages of the development of Super Mario Sunshine, and some of the stages sort of suffered because of that, and a lot of people seem to believe that Noki Bay was one of the top ones that had a lot of cut content. Not to talk about it too much, but yeah, we will be seeing a little bit of, reused, sort of recycled content here in Noki Bay. For example, on this first shine here, our goal will be to fight one of these cannon guys. We actually saw these guys already in Pinna Park, and there's actually going to be a boss that we already fought elsewhere in Super Mario Sunshine. But in any case, let's get going here on the first shine of the stage. We'll be taking a look at one of the strengths of Noki Bay, which is sort of the freedom that you get on this level. I really like how when you want to climb up to the upper levels of this stage, there's a lot of different ways you can do it. There's a lot of different places where you can wall kick and skip sections. I'm going to be kind of doing it sort of the traditional way the first time here, and I'll probably be doing more and more shortcuts as we take a look at later shines in the series. As you can see, I totally got nailed by one of those sort of spiky goo balls that are falling down the side of the mountain here. That's pretty unbelievably lucky or unlucky. I don't think that's ever happened to me. I mean, you kind of want to be aware of them as they sort of bounce around in later sections of this shine, but as far as jumping the gaps, jumping at the exact same time one is going to hit you is pretty rare. As you can see, there's some graffiti on the walls that I sprayed, which revealed some new platforms that sort of popped out of the mountainside. So be aware of that. If you're on some section of this shine here and you're not really sure how you're supposed to get up to the higher sections, make sure you sort of take a look around and make sure there's not any graffiti that's sort of hanging out on the wall, because in many cases you can spray it and reveal a new platform that will get you up a little bit higher. You can see I've been spraying those. There's those neat platforms that are sort of connected by a pulley to those jars that have the big cracks in them. And if you spray the jars, apparently it's like they fill up with water, which makes them heavier, and that allows you to get lifted up by the whole pulley system. Doing a little bit of a fancy jump there. Side somersault into a wall kick to hop up to this platformer, this section here. An easier way to do that is, we were just talking about that pulley system of that elevator. There's a big old dang wheel there just to the left. You can actually stand on that. You can maybe do a double jump to reach that same height. There we saw a little bit of a spring contraption next to that Noki guy. Those things are pretty cool. We don't see those a whole lot in the game, unfortunately, but if you spray them with water, they shrink and you can pick them up and move them. And then they return to their normal size when you put them back down, and you can jump up to some fun places with those. In any case, here we are fighting the cannon guy again. Like I said, this is a bit of a review. Basically what happens is he throws or shoots those little Bob-ombs at you. If you spray them with water before they explode, they'll change colors. You'll be able to pick them up and throw them back at him. If you do that 3 times, he will explode, or in this case, fly into oblivion. And having done that, we have now uncorked the waterfall. As you can see, there's a big old geyser of water coming out, and we're actually going to be using this in a few other shines later on in this stage. But in any case, that's how I collect that shine. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.